Now, the clever people and scientists at Gallup, they go further than just asking about life evaluation. They ask nearly 100 questions about almost everything. About law and order. Did you feel hungry on 3 or more occasions in the last month? When did you experience anxiety or happiness? What was your day like yesterday? What do you hope for your children? How is work? And from this, trying to get a sense of what makes for a good life, a strong life, maybe even a great life.
I believe that there are 5 big macro trends that HR has to be ready for. And we at PepsiCo take a very close look at these 5 mega trends on an ongoing basis because we believe this is the new normal. And as HR, we have to prepare the organization to deal with these mega trends. I talked about values. And for PepsiCo, values is the glue that keeps the organization together. This value statement is not just posters in the company, is not just email that is sent out by the CEO. It is lived and practiced by associates across the world.
There's also, as we've experienced and we've seen actually in Pavan's presentation, that there's growing diversity. And more women are joining the workplace. And we're across borders, individuals are moving from countries regionally, understanding the needs and following opportunities. And we need to capture that diversity. Also, there are a number of generations. Very quickly, we're going to have 5 different generations in the workplace as we as leaders need to understand the differences and the motivations of each of these individuals to make sure that we are really tapping into the needs of each individual generation.
So this is our reason why. This is why at Great Place to Work, we do what we do. We actually believe that by having employees who are feeling good and bringing them their total selves to work, that you can have employees who will go home and be great members of society and great members of their community. This is what gets us out of bed every morning.
So we'll look at what the definition of employee engagement is from a practical element, and then we'll come back and talk about what does happy workforce or happy employee mean to an organization.
In Al Futtaim Group, employee engagement has been one of the integral points that or elements that we have been tackling and focusing on. We are the majority of our business is customer-facing business, and if our staff are not happy, then our business loses a big market share. And this is what engagement means to us.
Where we talk about all HR management systems, talent management systems, the trend is going into changing it to look like a social environment. No more talent management systems or HR systems could survive the next 5 to 10 years without look like Facebook or look like LinkedIn, etc., etc. This is the conversion that's happening, and eventually all the softwares that are coming from the technology side will be looking into that change.
What the organization basically they are focusing on is more like a continuous commitment. If you look at the Mayor's model, it says that the commitment can be very effective commitment, where the employee is emotionally associated with the company. And that is what the company needs to focus on.
The word service is something that is important. And so if I was talking to the Federal Authority for HR, I would be encouraging you to find ways of building the service ethos into your organisations. And certainly that's where I come from. So they say, we're going to have a change programme. And then the next question is, okay, so how will we know if we succeeded? The best definition of strategy I ever heard, and remember I was a head of strategy, so I went and spent some time trying to find out what strategy is. The best I ever got, how we will win.
Now please understand that we're very humble, we're very confident, but we're also very proud of what we've been able to achieve over a 30-year span. But we've only been able to do that because of people and because of talent. So every Sunday's become my favourite day at Emirates because I go to work and I see 120 new cabin crew turn up. and they run around the building in their red polo shirts, and they're smiling, and they're young, and they're vibrant, and they're so happy to be with us, and that happens every Sunday. So we hire about 150 people per week, which will be a mix of around 120 cabin crew, between 10 to 20 pilots a week, and between 20 to 30 kind of functional people.
So I guess we can probably start with the first question. Performance management has a negative connotation, always has. Why do you think it is seen from a negative perspective? Robin, do you want to add?
Yeah, well, it is an unfortunate fact, I think, that for a lot of people it is seen as a negative. If this is a continuous dialogue, then it is if they only get a chance to speak to you once or twice a year, and at that time you happen to highlight their faults and deficiencies. Clearly, if that's the way it's going to work, then you're never going to be satisfied.
And I think there is also this connotation that performance is synonymous with bonus in banking sector, which leads us to the fact that performance management is really focused on evaluation rather than actually saying how do we unlock the value of people to deliver strategies of the organization.
Some people are labeled with a certain category of performance. So to me, performance fluctuates each year, year on year. Your performance changes, depends on the complexity of the projects you're working on, depends on your competencies, depends on your level of energy, and depends on the organization itself.
Performance management can be very often subjective to who is going to perform you. So basically, we've got a set of boxes that we tick, but obviously your manager or your direct report might have a certain view on how he or she should assess you. And if we changed the individual that's going to assess you, the outcome are very, very often different.
We have 3 steps in the career mapping. First one is self-assessment, when the employee and the manager have discussion in the career planning session to explore the competencies, the achievements, the career preferences, where they want to go and how. Are they interested in finance? Are they interested in sales, in HR? In which field and in which country, if they have multiple countries?